Hey, I wanted to talk to you about your Affirmations Project, and you've been doing steps towards that. This Affirmations Project is a project that takes place over 3 weeks. You'll have a total of 4 weeks to complete it with the review paper, the introspective paper that you end up writing. But for 21 days, what you're going to do is read the list of things that you like about yourself and also the list of what you like about your body. It's important that you do this in front of the mirror. You need to look yourself in the eyes. I'm not saying just to read a list. I'm saying put it up where you have a mirror and look yourself in the eyes while you say what you like about yourself each morning and what you like about your body. And then what you're going to do is be self-aware about your self-talk. You've already written your list of negative things that you say to yourself. You'll probably discover that there are many more that you didn't include on the list that you gave me. In addition to that, throughout the day, you're going to accept thanks. What that means is that oftentimes, because we have a culture that teaches us that pride is bad, that comes from the Judeo-Christian tradition, and New Testament teaches people that humility is good. The Greek tradition teaches that hubris is bad, exceeding your boundaries. And because of that confluence of different thoughts from thousands of years ago, people make excuses. For example, if somebody says, I really like your shirt, people feel obligated to say, oh, it's just something I threw on. Or when you painted a room, somebody says, this looks great. And you say, yeah, but up in the corner, that's where there's a dribble down the wall. Or if they say, this food is delicious, people often say something like, yeah, next time I should put more salt in it. No excuses when people give you compliments. No excuses. You are obligated with this assignment to just say, thank you. It's going to be very hard for many of you to do that. Also, there is the instinctual need to reciprocate if someone gives you a compliment. So if they say, you did a really great job. Oh, you did too. None of that. None of that. What do people really want when they give you a compliment? When they're being sincere. I'm not talking about the fake people out there. They want you to accept the compliment and just say, thank you. They don't need a return compliment. It's not a compliment competition. Just say thank you. During these days that you do this project, what you're going to do is pay attention to your negative self-talk. You're going to pay attention to your positive self-talk, which I didn't write on the board. And you're going to pay attention to how your mind is working. You're going to pay attention to the compliments that you have been given and the compliments that you have given out. And see what your pattern is. You might notice that you tend to only compliment people on their appearance. Or you tend to only compliment people when you need something from them. This project is going to take place over 4 weeks. 21 days of that project, you're going to journal at the end of the day, 10 minutes a day, documenting your experience with looking yourself in the mirror, reading your 2 lists, what you like about yourself and what you like about your body, and also the compliments that are given and received. Now, in the past, I've done this for at least 5 years now, and in the past, some students think that this is just a compliment journal. It is not. So they'll say, I didn't go out of my house, so I received no compliments. That is not what the journal is about. It's about what's up here. It's about what your mind is telling yourself and noticing how people interact with you. So you will monitor positive self-talk, you'll monitor negative self-talk, and you'll monitor your compliments given and received. At the end of these 21 days, and you should, in your journal, write down day 1 and what the date is, day 2, etc., and go for 21 days. This is an inconvenience. I understand that. But I'm not asking for a lot of your time to do this project. The most time that you will spend has to do with when you write your reflection paper about the project. And that will be a 2-page reflection paper. And you'll write about what you observed about yourself. So the number one rule when somebody compliments you is not to deflect the compliment, not to make an excuse for yourself and say you could do better. It's just to accept it wholeheartedly, saying, thank you. 2 words. That's not very hard, right? We'll see how hard it is for you to do that instead of ripping yourself down. Now, since pride from the Judeo-Christian tradition is one of the 7 deadly sins, even though most of you are Protestant probably, and you haven't been taught that, and since hubris is something where the gods will smack you down, it might be difficult for you to just accept compliments that are given to you. My rooster agrees, one of the 6 roosters. You're going to have to put a check on yourself and stop yourself from giving an excuse or pointing out a flaw in what you're being complimented about. Now, it's true that sometimes people will give compliments because they're needy and they're trying to use you, or people will come to you asking for a compliment. When I was in high school, for example, many young women would come up to me, they were my age, and say, oh, my hair looks so horrible today. And you could tell that they'd been working on their hair for 2 hours before school. And at first, because I was a young man and naive, I would say, no, your hair looks beautiful. I would reassure people. And then when I realized what it was that people were doing, they were fishing for a compliment, then I changed my strategy and I would say, yeah, you're right, it looks awful. Guess what happened when I did that? People stopped coming up to me and asking for compliments. And then I could give compliments to them that were real, not reassuring. So once again, for your affirmation project, you will look yourself in the mirror. This is very important. I had a student a few years ago who said, I don't have any mirrors in my house. And I said, you have one in your car, right? Oh, I guess you're right. Look yourself in the mirror while you say, out loud, it has to be out loud, not just mentally, out loud, the things that you like about yourself and the things that you like about your body. Do not talk to yourself about your weaknesses, all right? And you will go about your life giving compliments and accepting compliments without excuses, without diminishing yourself. It's okay if you write in your journal that my first reaction was, or someone told me that I did a good job and I told them, thank you, I could have done better. Yes, but what we want is for you to stop doing the I could have done better part. And so be honest in your journal that's 10 minutes a day. Your journal can be handwritten or it can be typed. I don't really care. Whatever is most convenient to you. So you're reading the list of the positive attributes in the mirror. You're doing this for 21 days. You're going to reflect on it for 10 minutes a day. And that reflection will include your positive self-talk, your negative self-talk, and the compliments that you've given and received. Thank you so much, and happy affirmations.